Who's going to build the buildings? Who's going to construct the roads, the interstates, the bridges as they need to be maintenance in the future? Who's going to do? We ain't thinking about, and this shows you how lost we are, because when you don't look at life and raise your children from a very factual space about how the world works, everybody can't be hairdressers and lash techs and a fucking nurse. Everybody can't be that. We need people to be in other career areas that involve supporting the community. Every boy can't be a fucking streamer or a YouTuber or a gangbanger or a drug dealer or the weed man or the crack man or the lean man. Everybody can't be that. Somebody got to drive the garbage trucks down the road every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday in your Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in your neighborhood to pick up the trash. Somebody got to unclog the toilets and check the septic system. Somebody got to work at the water treatment plant down at the city. Somebody has to, take on and have pride in doing this. The jobs that maintain the parks and the recreational spaces. Somebody got to do this shit. Everybody, we all cannot put lace wigs on and individual lashes. We can't.
Can I piggyback on that?
Some of us have to be lawyers. We have to be politicians. We have to go into a space where we ain't just nurses. Some of us got to go on and be doctors. Listen, some of us got to be pilots, captains on ships. Like, goddamn, everybody can't sell crack. Everybody can't rap. Some of us got to do some other stuff, the regular jobs. Somebody has to be willing to open the restaurants, working. The idea is this is not how the conversations go in our community. And the more that as women, we are just being programmed to worry about looks, how it look, my ass fat, my waist look. Ooh, girl, I look. And the dude's just worried about, I'm trying to fuck something. Man, did you see that fat ass on her? Ooh, shit, I'm trying to get that red bitch. Hell yeah, boy, I had that hoe at my house. Somebody has to worry about the real issues that are fucking going on in our community. The babies can't read. They reading the math scores is low. You pick a state, I can tell you the percentage, and the shit fucked up when you talk about us. The tablets is raising them. Half the time they can't manage their thoughts, can't sit still. Someone has to step up and say, look, we focused on the wrong shit. We got to fix more than our asses nowadays. And this is the shit that we worried about. I can't tell y'all how many one-on-one calls I do. And the person on the other end of the phone is so emotional about the dumbest shit. And it's good because they're on the phone with the right person, right? This is a safe space for them to do that. But I can't tell y'all how many people are so emotional about the dumbest shit. I can't tell y'all how many people... the number's so large, I can't tell y'all how many women I talk to that they know exactly what I be saying about baby mamas and the way that they operate with children. And the majority of black men are being parental alienated from their children. They know this not because they necessarily that particular woman, but because they dating the men that got kids with another woman or multiple baby mamas, and they've been accused of stuff that's not true. They've been in situations where the other woman absolutely just tries to use them as the reason why the man can't see their kids, and they ain't even did nothing. These are women that I ain't no man. I ain't trying to take up for no man. I don't know nothing about X, Y, and Z, but I know damn well I just started talking to this dude, and now he can't see his kids because he started talking to me, and I ain't did nothing. I don't even know the lady. I ain't said nothing to her, but all of a sudden, because she saw me with this man, right? Now it's an issue for him to get his kids and move with his children. How women see it. They know it to be true. We just don't say too much about it. You pretend like it's not going on. I talk to people that, they know it. Like, I don't have certain authority because they're going to do this or they're going to say this. But, in all reality, like, I know I need to be in my kid's life more, but shit, if I ain't gonna kiss ass or let a person control me, I know I ain't gonna see them. So it is what it is. And I watch communities of people around these situations never say nothing that is worth saying to the parties involved. Meaning we have this belief, and remember I talked to y'all about those core sentences, right? kids is off limits. You can't try to tell nobody about their kids. Yes, the fuck you can. Yes, you can. Yes, the fuck. I have elders and people in my family and people around me that tell me things about my children all the time. But the belief in our community is, well, you can't tell nobody about their kids. Yes, the fuck I can. And you know why? Because your kid grows up to be an adult that is a neighbor of one of us. This is just an unwritten rule we made up. Does everybody understand this?
Yeah.
Even within our family, we see our own family members and friends doing bullshit. Man, we don't say shit. We don't say shit. And the idea is, I'm not even saying go say shit. I'm saying when you have a chance to speak on real issues, speak on them hoes. That's all I do. That's part of the reason why most of y'all are attracted to me, because I speak on the stuff that everybody else is following the unwritten rules that we ain't supposed to talk about. The stuff we ain't supposed to talk about. People feeding their kids poison. Women keeping kids from fathers. Fathers that are not real fathers and deadbeats. Women in relationships being overly emotional, going into a space where all of a sudden now you the judge and jury, put a nigga out and wonder why the relationship never returned to the same dynamic. Niggas cheating and creating broken homes. The babies can't read, can't do math. Everybody around here letting the tablets raise their children. I speak about the things that everybody else clutch their pearls when you talk about it. And this is why I said earlier, I get people that reach out, love, do a video on this, or, you know, I'll be on platforms, and Dorsey, you know, we get started filming, you want to talk about any gay issues or the LGBT. And listen, we can't even afford to be gay. We can't. And what I mean by this is I've been asked to talk about certain stuff, and it's like, listen, we don't even be making enough in our households to feed ourselves the right food, let alone go get a gender change surgery or anything of the, it ain't nothing to talk about with these subjects. We have deeper rooted issues that we are fucked up on, that these things take more precedence over the other. It's certain stuff that, yes, this is a problem or something that we could have more rights or we could fight. But then look at this thing over here. Like, I'd rather talk about the elephant in the room. I'd rather talk about the elephant in the room. Well, how would you feel if one of your kids was gay? Or how would you feel if your son loved and he wanted to change his gender or, you know, switch and become X? Listen, I would tell my son or daughter, baby, look, you got to understand credit, financial literacy, the banking system, buying assets, how to stabilize yourself, management of emotions, conflict resolution skills, diet, health, and the same shit I already teach. I don't give a fuck if you gay or straight. Motherfucker, you gonna suffer if you don't understand these things. Taking care of your mental health, self-care, understanding how to journal, creating a schedule for yourself, treating yourself like an important person, not putting poison in your body, protecting yourself from certain energies. It's conversations that I don't give a fuck about this surface level shit. Baby, we dying inside. Regardless of who you calling your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. We got to get real with ourselves about what the rooted issues are. And one of them is management of emotions. And it lies at the foundation of everything we got going on. Even in marriages and relationships, you watch, and I talk about this all the time. Back to the upbringing. A overstressed single parent raising you guys. Most of the management of emotion skills are absent. And so as a young girl and as a young boy, you learn how to deal with emotions in a very immature way. And so now you're grown, and every relationship you pick, it goes wrong. It's the wrong person. Y'all doing crazy, toxic ass shit. And it's because you have no conflict resolution skills, because you cannot manage your emotions enough to even care about educating yourself enough to behave different. And then you have these weird rules in our community where you cannot question anything your mama or your dad did because they did the best they could. So you can't even unlearn and relearn without them making you feel bad about the boundaries and the changes you making. Baby, we're cooked. We're cooked without these foundational skills. And that's why that's all you hear me talk about. That's all you hear me talk about. You bring up relationships, I'm going to find a way to bring it back to what I'm talking about. You bring up parenting, I'm going to find a way to bring it back to the foundation of what I'm talking about. You bring up want to do better with money, I'm going to bring it back to the foundation of what I'm talking about. You bring up trauma and therapy and trying to resolve certain psychological things. Baby, it's going to go back to the foundation of what I'm talking about. You bring up depression. You can bring up physical violence. You name it. It goes back to the foundation of what I'm saying. We got to fix our character. We got to fix our character. But if you don't have reasons why I need to behave different, change my habitual behaviors, you ain't ever going to have a consistency with this. You have a Zoom or two. Earn a little bit more money because you applied a couple things I said. You're not going to take yourself serious if you don't confront what type of environment you have yourself in. Does everybody understand what I'm explaining?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to be willing to tell yourself the truth. I'm surrounded by terrible parenting. I'm surrounded by terrible eating habits. I'm surrounded by terrible behavior with money. I'm surrounded by terrible conversations. I'm surrounded by terrible shit going on in my neighborhood and community. So guess what? Now it's time for change. You change people, you change places, you change things. You change what you consume, you change the way you look and the way you think.
So I got a question, love. One thing that I realized about myself is I do not know how to, conflict and resolve, something like that.
Conflict resolution skills.
Yes, conflict resolution skills in relationships. And I think that's why I avoid them, because my emotions become everywhere when a conflict arises. So I just resort to blocking them. And that is very
Why is
childish.
that? Why? Tell me very bluntly, why is that?
I believe.
No, ain't no I believe. Tell me the facts. Were you raised with skills to handle big emotions while resolving conflict?
No, I didn't see it. Not with my mom and dad.
Were you ever directly talked to about skills to manage big emotions while resolving conflict?
No.
What are some of the things that you saw growing up? And I'll start with an example. When I was growing up, when conflict happened, especially amongst women, we used to do the three-way calls where you had the other friend on the phone while y'all confronting the one friend. This type of shit you grow up in. When I was in middle school, they do things like the peer mediation, where if some drama or something going on at school between two or more parties, they bring you in and sit you across from the table with the guidance counselor and they attempt to make you talk, right? And then usually if you come from a gossipy family, after the guidance counselor do what she believes is talk y'all through resolving it, you leave there and go tell other people a different story about what occurred, because this is what you see your mama do every time something happened within the family. They get on the phone with one another and gossip. In my family, when I saw certain things go on, I saw the grown folk go to gossiping about it, and they tell you to go in the other room and stay in the child's place as if they was doing adult stuff. Now that I'm a real adult, I understand they was doing the childish stuff. Tell me what you saw.
That's what I seen. My mom and dad, they didn't. My dad was talking to people he shouldn't have been talking to, yelling, arguing. My mama talking to my grandma, she telling the whole family about the business and all that type of stuff like that. So when it arises, and like I said, listening to you, I realized that because I don't know how to carry adult relationships, especially with men. At first, I thought it was like because of my daddy issues and stuff like that, and I'd be scared to attach. It's like I fall for a dude fast, sort of, kind of. So I avoid it, and I say, "Oh, I don't need a relationship right now."
You ain't got no boundaries. We say it. Listen, we say it like I love family, but really, you don't have no boundaries. You don't have no boundaries. You don't have no standards, and your self-esteem is low. To any women that you've ever told yourself, like, I fall hard fast, or, you know, when I love, ma'am, you have no standards. I learned, you know, from growing up when I really sat, and all of this goes back to me confronting